Hey good people, hola mi gente. MsMalcolmHughes here. Welcome back. Today I'm coming to do more book mail and book purchases. As I told you all in the last video, I have a lot of new books, so I want to share them with you all, and it will be a multi-part video. Let's jump right in and continue where we left off. So as you all know, I recently went on a trip to Mauritius, and of course, me being me, I went to a bookstore. And so one of the books I picked up is When Mauritius Lost Its Bedside Manners by Toria Prayag. I'm probably mispronouncing that, my apologies, but let's get into what it's about. Mauritius used to be acknowledged as a model of democracy, good governance, and robust economic development. We were the pride of the African continent and acclaimed as an economic poster boy by the world. Today, a harsh reality is sinking in, marked by abuse of political power. This book fearlessly depicts that reality and the ecosystem that has led to it, an unprecedented hijacking of almost all institutions, thus shattering the checks and balances system without which no democracy can function effectively. This has led to many people, especially political opponents and citizens, being critical of government, being targeted by what seems to be revenge politics. #BLD, When Mauritius Lost Its Bedside Manners, is a sequel to the hard-hitting book Provisional Charges, The Untold Human Stories, which depicted the victims of revenge politics. We now have a fresh forensic analysis of abuse of political power. The author is a prominent journalist with a special interest in human rights. She tells the stories of the victims with sensitivity and human understanding. This book is a primer for every humanist, Democrat, and human rights activist concerned with abuse or misuse of power in the 21st century. So I went to Mauritius and had a fantastic time, but as you all know, visiting a place and living there are two completely different experiences often, and I wanted to learn more about the culture, the political system, the history of the island, so this is one of the books I picked up. The next book that I have is a special one. It is Black Friday by Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenyah. And I actually got to get this one signed. He had an event here in DC recently for the release of his newest work, which I'll share in another video, but I was also able to pick this one up and get it signed. So exciting times. This is a short stories book, or a book of short stories. Let's get into it. From the start of this extraordinary debut, Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenyah's writing will grab you, haunt you, enrage, and invigorate you. By placing ordinary characters in extraordinary situations, Adjei-Brenyah reveals the violence, injustice, and painful absurdities that Black men and women contend with every day in this country. These stories explore urgent instances of racism and cultural unrest, and the ways we fight for humanity in an unforgiving world. In The Finkelstein Five, Adjei-Brenyah reckons with the brutal prejudice of our justice system. In Zimmerland, we see a far too easy to believe imagining of racist sport. In Friday Black and How to Sell a Jacket as Told by Ice King show the horrors of consumerism and the toll it takes on us all. Entirely fresh in style and perspective, and sure to appeal to fans of Colson Whitehead, Marlon James, and George Saunders, Friday Black confronts readers with a complicated, insistent, wrenching chorus of emotions, the final note of which, remarkably, is hope. So many people I met at the event only had great things to say about his writing. I haven't read any of them yet, but the description of his newest book really intrigued me, so I wanted to go to the author talk. He was in conversation with Clint Smith, so it was definitely worthwhile, and I'm excited to get into his writings. And he was also a very nice guy when I met him. So that's Friday Black. The next book is one that I just received in the mail today, so shout out to Penguin Random House, and that is High Time by Hannah Rothschild. I just love these colors. They're so bright and poignant. And yeah, I love receiving books in the mail. It makes me very happy. So I was very excited when I got this in the mail today. Let's read the description. By 2016, many things have changed for the Trelawney family. In the months leading up to the Brexit referendum, Aisha, the beautiful young secret daughter of the late Inyan Trelawney, has married the much older thuggish banker Tomlinson Sleek, with whom she has a young daughter, Stella. Aisha is busy restoring the once broken down Trelawney Castle in Cornwall, which Sleek has bought, to its former glory, as well as studying art at the Cortland in London. The elderly Countess Clarissa, still ensconced on the property, the host of a camp television show, is about to head into a disastrous marriage. Lady Jane has separated from the hopeless Trelawney heir kiddo, who is crazier than ever, and found an enlightened woman to keep her company abroad. Sleet is becoming increasingly difficult, distracted by the seductive and ruthless Bitcoin goddess Zora, but Keto's sister Blaze and her husband Joshua will support Aisha's clever plan as she discovers shocking secrets, takes actions, and brings the family together. Biting and satirical, but also poignant and moving, High Time is a delicious story of madness, mayhem, and mischief run amok. I sometimes love a chaotic read. It can be very exciting and exhilarating, and so we shall see. I will get into that book at some point and we shall see what it's all about. All right, next I have 2 complete series that I got in the mail for my birthday. That's so nice and very exciting, so let's go ahead and delve in. The first one is The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. I have read all of these already, but I wanted it for my birthday and I got it. I'll give complete descriptions once I reread them. It's been years. And so I'm just excited to have it in my collection now. And the last and final one, this has been on my wish list for years. I'm so grateful to have it. I really got some great books for my birthday. Y'all know who that is? Miss Zora Neale Hurston. And I got, look at the box. I just think it's stunning. But I got all of these books. I'm so excited. And on the back, we have a description of her life. Let's read it. It says, well, first there's a quote from Toni Morrison, which says, one of the greatest writers of our time. Absolutely. Zora Neale Hurston was a novelist, folklorist, dramatist, ethnographer, and cultural anthropologist. In addition to the titles in this collection, she is the author of Barracoon, Hitting a Straight Lick with a Crooked Stick, and You Don't Know Us Negroes, and other essays. I'm so excited to have this one in my collection, y'all. So grateful. So those are the books I'll be sharing today. As always, I am MsMalcolmHughes, one who believes that books are sometimes better than people. And until the next one, please remember to give time, to be kind to each other, and to have the best day of your life on purpose. Peace. Odabo. Adios.